friends, welcome back to my channel. Today is Wednesday and I cannot believe how fast the week has gone by. I don't know about you guys, but it's going by really fast. And I just want to say that the weather outside is amazing. It is a true fall day. I'm so excited. So that brings me to my topic. Let's talk about a couple different things. I will try to be very quick. First, if you guys are new, welcome. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like the video. And most importantly, say hello below. Okay. So let's just jump into, we are in the month of August and I have to say it's going by really fast. I should have updated this was an appointment. So Lexi, Cleo appointment. So that was yesterday. So we did that. Today was the gym and then work. Okay. So my dated planners are currently $9 right now. Like, it is amazing. So they're $9. If you haven't purchased, I do have quite a bit left. I'm trying to get rid of the supply that I have so we can bring in the new ones. That should be here probably, I'm gonna say the end of, or at least mid-October-ish. So fingers crossed. Right now it's closer to the end of August and they are in production. So fingers crossed that everything is going smoothly. Now with the new dated planners, it's actually going to be the exact same planner as this one, but it will be for 2026. So you'll still have the coil and you're still going to have the vertical columns for the weeks. Now, the other thing that I did was I created the same budget planner, but I decided to do a gold coil and I decided to do horizontal weeks. So if you guys are familiar with the A5 Companion, that has the horizontal weeks in it. So that is what the dated versions will be for 2026. Okay, so there's going to be two this time, one with silver coil, one with gold, and the columns, which would be the vertical and also horizontal. So I thought that would be a great option for my customers. What I like to do is every single day, I basically write down the things that I have to do. This is actually a blue pen, but that's okay. So today's Wednesday. I'm just going to kind of share with you a little bit what I do, and then we're going to jump right into the topic of what I would like to talk to you guys about. So today was, let's see, the gym, 7 a.m. And then I worked in the shop. I'm going to say about 8:45 a.m. and I packed orders. I went through my emails. I printed labels. And I responded to suppliers. Okay. So that's pretty much it. The house is pretty much clean and I'm good. So I already brought down the packages. I packaged everything and brought them downstairs. And then I wanted to jump on to do this video with you guys to talk about a couple things. So one of the first things was just about how this planner is lowered to $9. And also a lot of the, pretty much all of the cash envelopes that are in my website, they are all 50% off. There's no code needed. You'll see that discount reflecting when you add it to the cart. So I was going through inventory after I had packaged all my orders. And so I'm always looking for ways to help my customers. The linen caddies are $10. A couple stickers are discounted. There's quite a few items that have been discounted on my website. And then I also did the cash envelopes, all of them, cash envelopes and sinking funds. And those are 50% off, okay? Now, that brings me to my next topic. What are sinking funds? Two things I want to talk to you guys about. What are sinking funds? And then I also want to talk to you guys about our September curriculum. And this is something new that I plan to implement for my customers, or my followers and customers, so we can do more with our brain. And so this part of what I'd like to share with people is going to be a little bit more for just really motivating your brain and doing different things. And basically, the September curriculum is going to be called Read, Learn, and Do. So budgeting isn't just about numbers. It's about creating habits and building confidence and finding joy in life. I always often hear people say how their life is boring. It's so boring. It's this, it's dull, and etc. They don't know what to do. And so this is how I thought of this idea, and I thought it would be a great idea because I want you guys to motivate your brains as well, and including myself, okay? Because what I do is I go to work and I go home and work, go home. I get it. I totally understand the process. So I decided that what I'm going to do for September, I'm just trying to find okay, here. We're going to talk about sinking funds in a minute. But what I plan to do for September is it's called Read, Learn, and Do. And that is exactly what it is. You're going to read one book. If you can read more than one book per month, that's fine. So you're going to read one book. You're going to learn something new, and you're also going to do something. Easy, right? So basically read, you'd pick a book that inspires you. Now, personally, I like professional development books. I like stuff that's going to be with positive vibes, motivational, professional development, things like that. So, I like that it can give me that confidence to keep going and to move forward. So pick a book that inspires growth, positivity, or learning. I don't know about you guys, but reading stretches our mind and it builds new habits, and that supports our money goals, right? So when we're learning new things, whether you're reading a book about money, that's great. If you're reading a book about professional development and how to stay positive and avoiding negative people, that's also good. I think it's super important to incorporate all of these things as well. So I just wanted to do a little bit more to make things fun for people, to actually really, bring your awareness. Are you creative? You might even have a creative side that you don't even know. So you're gonna pick a book that you'd like to read. I have some books that I am sending to my Kindle, and I will share with you. The first one I have is a gratitude book. Now, this is just a regular book from Amazon. It's like one of those narrow books, and it's a gratitude one. So I'm going to write in that every day. I'm going to be consistent so I can change my habits. So I'm going to be writing in that every day. The second book is You Are a Badass, okay? And that's the book that I will send to the Kindle and I will read. But I will definitely share everything with you, okay? So the first step is reading. The second is learning. So try something new, whether it's cooking a new recipe, it's trying out a new budgeting trick, learning a new skill. Keeping your brain active helps us stay disciplined in other areas, including our finances. Oh, isn't that great? I love it. Okay, the last one is do. So you basically want to put it all in action. So you're doing something. So maybe it's starting a scrapbook. Like I talked about, I wanted to do my memory book and I have all of the items already at the house. I just have to put it all together. We always take a lot of different pictures with our family and of children and stuff like that. And now I just want to put it all together in a beautiful memory scrapbook. So do is just that, starting a scrapbook, taking a walk in the evening, organizing your cash envelopes. Doing keeps us from overthinking, and it also helps us enjoy the process. So what we're doing is we're trying to just open our minds up a little bit more. And I hope that makes sense. I love this idea. I love the idea of how it's about a curriculum. So September's curriculum, October's curriculum will again read one book, learn something new like a recipe, or maybe you want to learn how to roller skate or ice skate, and then do something. It could be the smallest thing, guys. Don't overthink it. It's not supposed to be difficult. It's just supposed to be just small steps. And I want you to incorporate budgeting as well. Okay, so the goal is very simple, And like I just said, it's to stop overthinking and start doing. I remember how we talked about small habits and doing all these like small changes. And when you do the small changes that we always talk about, that's like you changing your habits, right? We're changing our habits. So when we use the cash envelope system and you're now using cash, you're changing your habits versus using your debit card. So it's just like budgeting. It's when we take small steps, we are being consistent. So I always say this, everything intertwines with each other. It's like one big circle. Budgeting, family, being organized, staying positive, being consistent, being smart, just being creative. And that is what I want for you guys. I want all of us to be super happy, but also be very successful in everything that we do. And I know that you guys can do it. So, okay, what else? So this month, at the end of the month, it's going to be, we have a couple more weeks for August. And so I'm going to be sharing what I'm reading, what I'm learning, and what I'm doing, okay? And I'd love for you guys to join me. Grab your planner or your notebook and write down your own September and read, learn, and do, okay? The first video I did a video on YouTube for 2 budget planners. One was the Dated and one was the A5 Companion. And then I did another video which is on my cash envelopes. What are cash envelopes? What is the cash envelope system? So I did another video. It was a cash envelope refresher. Then I also did one on Instagram. I was on a roll. I couldn't help it. So today we're going to move on to the next one. What is a sinking fund? This is a sinking fund tracker. This is a tracker that is in the budget planner, and there's 8 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then over here, okay? And so this is where you can keep track of your sinking funds, okay? And a sinking fund is a sinking fund is a saving account that you're eventually going to spend. Okay, very easy. So cash envelopes are different. Cash envelopes, you're taking money out to put in your envelopes to go to the grocery store and spend. Kind of the same concept, but what we're doing with the sinking funds is what we are saving for the future to spend. So it's making your life a lot easier. So let me explain it a little bit more. Now, I have a couple different sinking funds. I have BJ's. BJ's is a sinking fund. BJ's is like Costco. So that's a sinking fund. Okay. And then do I have any other? Okay, see? So I even have this one here. It says sinking funds, and it also has this like little divider here. And it says sinking funds, and you can separate it from your cash envelopes. And this just says bank deposit. But sinking funds are small accounts that you are saving for because you're eventually going to spend the money. So you're just trying to make it easy for you, which would be like mortgage and rent. We have utilities, phone bill, car payment, car insurance, kids stuff, pet stuff, medical, emergency, spending envelope, subscriptions, online shopping. These are all sinking funds, as well as this one here. And this is my holiday binder. This is my holiday binder, but a holiday binder has all of the different holidays, like birthdays and all of the holidays. And these are also sinking funds. So anything can be a sinking fund because we all have different family dynamics, right? So we all live differently. Some people have children, some people don't. Some people have pets, some people don't. Some people drive, some people don't. So it's like anything can be a sinking fund that you want it to be. So that is pretty much it. And what you're doing is you're saving a small amount. Now, I'm going to tell you two different ways of saving, okay? So let's go back to the planner. And I did this video not too long ago, but it's always good to do a refresher video for people that might be new. Okay, so let's just say we're doing emergency and Christmas, okay? So I'm gonna put emergency. This is gonna be emergency fund, okay? And you can either have a goal that you would like to save for, or if you don't and you just have an open-ended and you're just going to save as much as possible, that is also fine. The second question you would have to ask yourself is, how much are you actually going to be putting away for your emergency fund? Are you going to be doing this every week, or are you doing this every 2 weeks? Or are you doing this when you can find money? What is your goal to adding money to your emergency fund? So that's a question. I would preferably have to say that it would be a good idea for you to do this on a weekly basis or when you get paid. So let's just, for the sake of the video, we're going to say the emergency fund, I'd like to do $5,000. Okay, so it's like it's 5K. And I'm not really going to put a due date, but I'm gonna try to go for like $100 a week. Okay. Now, every time you add money, you're gonna list out your dates. So you can do like August 15th, I got paid, I'm adding $100. And we just started, so I only have $100. So then your next pay period, you're gonna do it again. And let's say it's the 20th. Okay, I'm gonna add another $100, and now I have 200. So basically this is just a tracker to keep track of your growth. Or if you need the money and you needed to take it out and you're like, oh boy, it's the 25th, I actually need this money, my tires popped, you can put a minus 200, now I'm back at 0. So that's how you would track it in the planner, okay? So that's one way that you can do this. One way is you're adding money when you get paid. And an easy way to do this also is by automating your transfers, so that way you don't have to manually do it on your own. The second way is, let's just say we're doing Christmas. So I'm gonna write Christmas fund, okay? And now, if you are doing a Christmas fund, you really need to start at the beginning of the year. Now we are all the way in September, so it's kind of late, but I guess you could still do it if you really needed to, at the end of August, I mean. So preferably if you're starting a Christmas fund, you should start at the beginning of the year, because then you could break it down, because we have 52 weeks in a year. You usually take the money out by October, or even sooner, or maybe you can take it out by November, whenever you get your gifts. And you also have to have a goal, right? So if you were to have a goal, let's just say you had a goal for $1,000. That is your goal for Christmas. It's either $1,000 or maybe you wanted to do $2,000. Okay? Just giving you guys examples. Now your due date. When do you want to take the money out? When do you normally go shopping for Christmas? So do you usually start on Black Friday? So let's just go with that. Let's just say it's going to be at the end of November. So it's going to be like November 25th, which is like what, Thanksgiving-ish. And then you have Black Friday. So it's around that time. So now let's just say it's at the beginning of the year. So it's January. We're in January. And what you're going to need to do is you would take, let's say you wanted $2,000 to be your goal. You're going to divide $2,000 by 52 weeks. Well, actually, it's going to be less than that. So let's just say it's 52 weeks. You're going to divide that by that. That would be the amount that you would have to save. Or if you did bi-weekly, that would be divided by 26 weeks. Or if it's $1,000, same concept, obviously it'd be less. But anyways, those are the two ways that you would do it. It's like if you don't have a goal, but you're saving, that's fine. You just need to figure out how much you want to put away. Now, maybe you're just like, you know what, I do as I go and I add money when I can. That's fine as well. There's a lot of people that do that. But if you have you have a goal and there's an end goal in sight, that's where you have to figure out what the amounts are. So another example is, maybe you're saving for a car, okay? And your goal is, well, it's $10,000. I mean, that's the best I can do. I have at least 1 year to do this, and etc. So then you're going to figure out how much, it's going to take you to save 1 year, $10,000. And so you just keep track here and go from there. A lot of times, if you have larger sinking funds, a lot of people will create saving accounts in the bank. And so they'll just get paid, transfer money over to these sinking funds. And so that's what I had, a credit union. And so I have emergency, I have Christmas, clothing, and vacation. So those 4 are in the bank. I just leave them there. I do have a couple envelopes that say emergency, or like I have the Christmas envelopes, and I still will add to them, but I can take that money and just deposit it in the bank, okay? So a sinking fund is an account that you're saving for to eventually spend. So it's not long-term savings. Like if you are just saying, you know what, I'm going to create a saving account because I want to save. What are you saving for? That's the question. What are you saving for? Is it long-term for retirement? Okay, great. Then that is a saving account. But you can also save for the future, not even for the future, but just to make things easy for you, because you're managing your money, because you're being very intentional with your money. You're telling your money where to go. So if you don't plan for these type of things, it's going to be difficult for you down the road. So when you make a plan and you're trying to work your money and have a plan with your money, it's going to be so much easier for you. And that's why one of the reasons we use these, because we have birthday. So we have birthdays. So you get paid. Oh, I'm going to get paid this week. I'm going to put some money in my birthday fund. The next one, we have Christmas. We have Black Friday we're saving for. And then we're also saving for Thanksgiving and Halloween. These are the ones that I'm saving like currently. So I'm doing Halloween, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and birthdays. They really do help. It's super helpful for me because I don't like to go over, and I feel like this is just a great way to get ahead and prepare. And that's really it's all about. We're being very intentional with our money, and we're preparing to make things so much easier for us. So anyways, I hope that makes sense. Like I said, I just wanted to do a quick video on what are sinking funds, like a little update, a little refresher course. But I also wanted to talk to you guys about the September curriculum and moving forward so we can get our brains stimulated to do more than what we're doing. Now, I'm all for budgeting because I truly love it. I have a business in budgeting, and everything budget related, cash envelopes right down to my binders and everything that I create. So I truly love it. But I also think that sometimes people need a little bit more. They need a little bit more to work with their minds, get their minds working, read, organization, writing out your list, all of these things. But you also want to enjoy the things that you truly like to do. A lot of people don't even know that they're super creative. So do you want to learn how to crochet? That could be one of your things to learn. Pull up YouTube and practice. So there's a lot of things that people can be doing and learning and, having fun with it. So I do hope that you join me. And of course, I'll have more to come. Probably just going to go ahead and send out an email to everybody just because I'm super excited about it, even myself, because I'm going to be doing the gratitude journal, which is a small journal on Amazon. It was $9.99. And then the first book is going to be You Are a Badass. So stay tuned for more information, but I hope the video makes sense. Like I said, I just wanted to share with you guys the new September curriculum of what I want to do to stimulate my own brain and to do more, but also give you guys a refresher on what are sinking funds. Okay? All right. Good. So if you guys have questions, please let me know below, but most importantly, please subscribe to my channel. Please like the video, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Bye, guys.